Hello and welcome to this best of 3 series between Czarix and Samurai in the finals of Warhammer League 2. Be sure to like and subscribe for more games and let's get into it. So we have Czarix's main faction, or one of his main factions, which is the Lizardmen in this great showdown on Creeping Swamp. Creeping Swamp, very awkward map, honestly. These frontline vanguard points are pretty cool, but man, are the reinforcements so far back when you're looking at them. But I digress. Let us look at the side of Czarix. So he has Krokgar on his big beastie, gaining him a bonus versus large. He's a great fighter, 95 armor. He has Hand of the Gods to snipe something, and he has his Sacred Spawning of Wattle, basically to keep him fresh for the entire game, right? This is such a low cooldown, 20-second duration, 60-second cooldown. He's basically going to be fresh the entire game, and that is like the perfect type of item that you want on something like Krokgar, who is supposed to be a duelist, right? Because having him fully fresh for the entire game is so advantageous on stuff that is supposed to be a bonus versus large fighter. We also have a Bastildon, Solar Engine, one of the better shooting pieces when it comes to the Lizardmen side. So he has a cool little debuff when he hits an opponent. I believe it's for like 15 seconds or 10 to 15 seconds. I forget. But you get basically minus 24, minus 24, minus 30. Great damage dealer. And yeah, other than that, we have a couple of red-crested skinks, a couple of Saurus, and Saurus with shields, alongside some Croxigores. And for the front line, we have Skink Skirmishers. So unlike the Skink Chameleons, these guys do not have stock, but they are a great skirmishing unit, especially for capturing objectives against a faction like Warriors of Chaos, right? So you want to get on the board very fast until they try to potentially stuff you, and then you have to play defensively for the most part of the game. But I believe that Czarix is totally fine with this matchup. He has played this 1,000 times. On the side of Samurai, we actually have a Manticore Lord just on the ground. So he has Terror, he has Sword, Tormentor Sword. I absolutely love the Chaos Lord. Because specifically of the Tormentor Sword, and you get a very cheap body that can bring any type of spell, right? So he is a bit squishy, that is his downside, but he is so worth it with just a cheap Terror Source that can bring spells and Tormentor Sword that is just so worth it, right? We also see a couple of Trolls, so Troll Armor Trolls, double. We also see a Chaos Chariot, and then it's just going to be a bunch of Bearmen into the sunset, along some Chaos Warrior Halberds. Man, if CA really wanted to, when at this point they have removed Bearmen from the roster, even though they did screw up the hotfix to actually properly do it. But having Chaos Warriors be properly represented with stuff like changed melee attack and melee defense, and not having to pay 100 extra for just a different type of Chaos Warrior, right, which is the Halberd, is so stupid. I really wish they would do a small pass through everything when it comes to the costs on the walk side. And yeah, and if anything, I would just ask for them to fix Chaos Warriors, because it's so awkward that right now, especially compared to like the Bearmen, which they just made. Like, it's just not a competition. These guys have less HP, the same amount of models, and they're supposed to be Chaos Warriors. They basically have worse stats than the Bearmen at some point. So quite unfortunate, but I digress. Let's see how this goes. So double cap for the side of Czarix. He has his Croxies. Croxies are super annoying to deal with for walk, but he brought both Chaos Warrior Halberds and his own Chaos Trolls in this matchup. He also went for the Advent of Armor, which is a plus 150 on this. Very nice first overcast of Flock of Doom. Flock of Doom, very much damage you can't in any way heal on stuff, especially like Chaos Warriors. But he did go for the Armored Trolls, right? Ooh, nice Bastildon shot. So that is going to mitigate a lot of the damage from stuff like Skinks, right? Because Skinks want to shoot into something that isn't as armored. And here they're just stuck now shooting into Bearmen, which have basically infinite HP, and into Trolls, who have 110 armor and regen. So they just don't have the best targets. Ooh, nasty shot. Basically tabling 4 of the Trolls And yeah, they need they need a second after that shot, man. Like a dinosaur fucking shot his laser beam at him. Yeah, I would need a couple of seconds to get up myself after that type of thing. Also, Krokar bullying the chariots, very nicely done. He understands where he needs to go. Pretty good Searing Doom. He was not dodged by the Saurus, and they also ate a back charge from the Chaos Chariot for the fun of it there. From here on in, we actually see the Lizardmen keeping the bottom objective, but losing both of the frontline fight objectives to the side of Oh my God, is that a Dragon Ogre Shaggot? But I need to watch this first. So first, chariots go into the skinks. Skinks are super loose formation, so chariot charges don't actually do that much against them. And Skink Priest being a bit bullied. This guy, why is this guy on the ground, man? Like, just fly him up. Oh my God! What a disgusting spell of casting of the Hand of the Gods. But what the hell is this? Is this a Dragon Ogre freaking Shaggot coming in? I have not seen this guy in just about any game here. So I'm very much interested to see how he actually does. I assume he's just going to book it directly for Krokgar and or the Cold Ones or the Salamanders and try to just clap his cheeks because he's a super good fighter himself. Has plus 30 on like attack versus large and has relatively good animations, man. But he's just super expensive for what he does. But we'll get back to him. On the other side, we actually see Croxicors being compromised by the side of Samurai with Hellstriders. Very nice catch. Very nice also cast of Searing Doom here. Mind you, he's not overcasting it, so Sipa will not be hunting him in his dreams. And Krokgar basically battling it out against our boy Dragon Ogre Shaggot, man. A 1v1 of the gods. And it seems like the big Shaggot is actually winning the fight here. Krokgar pops his sacred spawning of Quaddle, and he's giving it actually back. And these two Skink Skirmishers are actually the thing that is winning him the fight here. Unless, otherwise I think the Dragon Ogre Shaggot would have a much better time. And yeah, it seems like the support from the Skink Skirmishers was actually the thing that brought them in. He got 700 value and basically farming Krokgar, but it just wasn't enough. And also, basically, the Chaos Sorcerer was just a bit too far, right? To support him in any way. But these have been some beautiful Searing Dooms. Like, every time there is a Searing Doom, he gets a perfect blob fight and engagement on him. So, very, very well played by the side of Samurai. He is very much hemorrhaging value, especially just losing the Dragon Ogre Shaggot, who has shattered. Oh, that is unfortunate. He also went to the wrong side of the map, so he's unable to actually come in and defend or actually rally because he would run into his friends or something. But the Bastiladon, man, is super underrated when it comes to the blinded effect. Look at this. These guys have 0 melee attack and 2 melee defense while they're blinded. Oh my god, negative stats. What the hell? So the Bastiladon just keeps shooting into the proper units, right? So him shooting into stuff like the Chaos Trolls, look at this, 8 stats. These guys cannot hit a skink at this point, right? And now Krokgar coming in as his little dinosaur, coming in to bully them. They're just gonna insta-rout. Wow, what a great showing from Czarix's Lizardmen. But this is like super expected when it comes to him playing literally his main faction. And I do believe that this matchup is kind of favored when it comes to the side of Lizardmen a bit, because there's so many things that are super hard to deal with, which is like Bastiladons, which is like Croxigors, which is like you can't really chase down the what is it called, the Salamander hunting packs unless you have the Hellstriders to do it. But it's so easy to defend them just because you have an infinite amount of Cold Ones and Cold One Spear Riders potentially being there just to defend them, right? So Cold One Spear Riders coming in from this side, the Salamanders basically being there to defend them. And the only way that I can see Samurai actually eking this out would be like a huge final transmutation overcast, but he has not brought that spell in either. And let's actually check the value. Chaos Sorcerer is doing fine. He's like 1400 on Manticore, but he is just super, super passive in this game, and we actually see a tap out from the side of Samurai, giving the win to Czarix and also the win in Warhammer League 2. Super well played to Czarix. Look at this, man. Look at the value on Krokgar on his dinosaur. 2.7k just by bullying the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Also, Red Crested Skinks, absolute murder machines into stuff like the Chaos Warriors. Saurus just being there to infinitely hold. And then look at the skink value. Super, super good skink value as well. The Croxigors actually did the worst, but they were isolated and fought just by the Hellstriders. So this makes sense. Bastiladon, man, this value is not representative of how much carrying he did this game when it comes to shooting into stuff like the Chaos Warriors, into stuff like the Chaos Trolls, or into stuff like the Hellstriders as well, man. It is just not representative. He should get a couple, three extra chevrons for this, just because he did such a good job. He's a good boy. When it comes to the Chaos Sorcerer, he did 900 value, expected. He's super good on a Manticore, especially into stuff like Lizardmen. But I feel like you definitely need like a worm and some sort of, I don't know, maybe I would go for Melkoths instead of Searing Doom and Plague of Rust. I recently just practiced a specific build into Lizardmen that just picks them apart by just a build up. So this was just too strong going in, but the matchup is super difficult anyway. So Chaos Warriors, none of them paid for themselves. Quite unfortunate. Hellstriders probably the ones that did the best in this game, and yeah, he just went for all 5 marks into the Hellstriders. Chaos Chariots, very underwhelming, but it was understandable because Krokgar was there to bully them. Same thing for the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Super unsupported. It was just a 1v3 fight where the Skinks were just shooting him in the back, man, and absolutely murdering him there. So very cool showing. Super cool units coming in from Samurai, and well played to coming into the second league guns blazing, man. He came in, he got to the finals of everything, and then just lost to Czarix basically and absolutely swept everybody else. Very nice showing, and congrats to Samurai for second place and Czarix to first place. So I'll see you guys on the new patch and on the new league in Warhammer League 3. Be sure to like and subscribe for the more games, and yeah, leave any comments if you have any improvements or feedback for us on the channel. See you guys in the next league.